BC, big artist, see me? Where you are, my brother?
It is a joy to be here, Zane, Massive and Crew.
I am here vibing with a singer with one of the biggest songs in modern day Jamaican music. His parents named him Walton Reggae, but we know him as
VC. Big up, my brother.
Savi.
Yeah, man.
To the sea.
Teach them to
All
the
is well, sir.
Yeah, man.
Manners and respect, man.
Blessings,
Give thanks,
man.
give
Blessings,
thanks, give thanks.
blessings.
By his deeds we shall all be known. Zane, run that. Hi, hi, hi. Sitting in your church on Sunday, thinking, oh, you
Teach them. Always make sure the message reach them.
Mr. Craigie.
Yes, sir.
Say all is well, sir.
All is well, all is well. And I have to start because people behind it looking at this, you don't understand the level of production that this man brings to the table when he comes here. This is like a Spielberg thing, so I'm feeling very honored, you know?
We try our best.
Yeah, man, yeah,
The
man.
people then been asking what
Yes.
BC there.
Where have I been? Boy, I've been busy just living life, you know, my brethren. You know, when I say living life, that's everything, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, raising a family, trying to be as creative still as possible, and just trying not to cause too much trouble out the road, trying to do as much good as I can, you know what I
That's
mean?
important.
Yeah, absolutely, you
Yeah,
know.
man. Talk to us though. Early life, place of birth.
Place of birth, which comes to as a surprise to many people, is a little town called Dudley
London,
in England.
England.
Right, it's the north of England, and basically my grandparents were of the Windrush generation, and then both my parents were brought over by grandparents there. So that's where I was born. I won't tell you how long ago, because you know those things, boy. Everything was in black and white.
But birthplace,
Birthplace was England, came to Jamaica as a 10-year-old.
10-year-old.
And didn't leave again until like I was in my 30s, for any reason. So if you ask me, most of my formative years and most of my identity is definitely Jamaican. But yeah, I got that first 10 years of the UK liberty.
What you remember from that though?
Boy, so much, you know. First of all, it just been, you know, like in Jamaica, you figure say you're looking at everything in HD color. In the UK, everything is in black and white, grayscale, you know. Can remember the first school me going to being the only black kid there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Can remember having to, you see like how everybody loved football. At one stage I used to live down the road from West Bromwich Albion Field. And to me, football meant when it was a home game, that's a day when you stay in your house. You really want
to go up
on the street and make any skinhead or any crazy person come feel them oats, you know what I mean? But I also remember that the schooling was so progressive and set my mind even from then in a certain way of thinking. I remember, to be honest, then that even being there, a lot of my best friends were white, so which stick with me, you know, for say racism is a definite thing that's taught somewhere along the line.
So you never actually experienced the negative aspects of being the only black person in the school?
Oh yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would always have one or two or three brethren and sistren. Right, so it's them you move with. Everybody else, you just stay out of them way, you know. So yeah, it was. Let's just say, every day I give thanks that my parents decided to make the move and come back to Jamaica.
What led to that decision, though?
Well, my father, you know, who, that is a whole episode in of itself. But he left the hills of Trelawney and went to England to try and better himself, and he did, but he always had a plan to return to his homeland with his things. So he became an architect.
Okay.
And was there working, and we were there cool, and everything had gone, and it was 1975, and the government was saying, boy, them need people to come and help and do things, especially with education.
Right.
And he came back and became chief architect at Ministry of Education. So we all came, and that was my 10 years old. This was me saying, wow, this is Jamaica. You know?
Yes. So when you came to Jamaica, where you attended school though?
First school was Woolmer's Prep, and then went to Woolmer's Boys School.
Okay.
Yeah. Went to Woolmer's Boys School up to 5th form officially.
Right.
Was supposed to have been going for 6th form, but that was on
What go on is
a very part-time basis. Because by them time the bridging man I feel like such a we don't get X amount of subject already, and in them time yeah man, you can go get a bank work and start live some life. I never really too big the school thing too tough, but the parents weren't having any of that.
Okay.
You know? You better go 6th form. So after supposing to be going for 1 year and basically schooling school for most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, we just have to come to them real and say, it's not that I want to stay home and be worthless, you know, I want to go work. I want to go all that work. So I'm saying, all right, boss, if it's that. And that's what I did. Ended up working at multiple banks until, funnily enough, much later and ending up going to Florida to school.
Oh, you attended UTech at any point in time?
I did. And that was even another situation where you work and then you realize, say, all of your brethren them and your crew, they are UTech. And I said, so how come, you know, that time it named Cass.
Cass, right.
So I said, so how come, you know, they are Cass. That don't feel right. Yeah, man, let me go Cass, yeah. Head wasn't at all. That was just another year of playing domino and kaluki and going to minimal classes, you know.
Yeah.
So, hey man, sometimes you can't fit a square peg into a round hole, and nothing before it's time. You know what I mean?
You said you went to school in Florida later down.
Went to school in Florida later down, went to Miami-Dade, then went to Barry University. That was a little more mature at that time, and the style of school there was so different and seemed so designed for you to succeed.
To excel.
And excel. So, as you said, nothing before it's time, you know.
It sounds though like Walton grew up in a home that food was on the table.
Yeah, well, I put it here this way. Definitely, I would never say I grew up poor. But I will tell you, looking back, I realized I grew up with a lot less than I thought we had. Right? So in other words, no, I never grew up in no ghetto, right? But early years, it was in a poor area of England. What they never call it poor there, it's working class. Right? Working class. And that meant that me as a youth, I never realized, say, fried bread wasn't a delicacy. Because many dinner, you get fried bread, sliced bread, and fried. But as a youth, you're like, oh, this is the wickedest thing, right? And it's not till years after you realize, say, if they did have something other than fried bread to give you, you would have gotten it. But I wasn't raised in any way to feel as if you're really lacking in anything, you know.
Yes.
So I give thanks for that.
Yeah, man. How many brothers and sisters?
One brother, one sister.
Both of them are still alive?
Both of them still alive and
it's a blessing,
kicking. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, one lives in London and is a big financial dude. Right? And my sister is here and she's a radiologist.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, mommy and daddy still around by any chance?
They still give thanks.
Both of them?
Both
it's a blessing not Father Walton,
yeah, man. May I tell you every day. Yeah, they're here, you know. They're here.
Nice, man.
Absolutely.
So the world was introduced to VC officially in 2000, November thereabout, as a big voice singer with big song. At what age or stage do you start feel a musical vibration there?
I I really started loving music at about 12, 13. But this was loving music just by listening, and them time they also have a little record player and you play a record them, and I really started listening to music. That got me into becoming a DJ, selector, disc jock. And but never really thought of myself as a singer. Every time I sing in the shower, only my mother. I remember one time we come out of the shower and she said, "You can't sing, you know." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, mommy." Nobody else ever tell me. I go try out for choir, and the man that's the next. So I don't know singer, but especially now when you know the sound thing,
yes.
And especially like you play for, you know, friend party and thing, and it reaching the hours and liquor, drink, and everybody feel nice that when you grab the mic now and you start singing, people would, "Oh yeah, but I'm such a friend and thing," you know. So all the way through, no thing. And how VC actually came about, the plan was I was going to write songs and get other people to sing them. Wasn't getting anybody to sing any of the song them. I have my brethren who is co-producer of the tune, Martin Lewis. Together we build one little studio down at Grizzlies and thing, and we just said, yeah, I could just do a thing. We knew all of the musicians. We knew every top class musician by that time, because we were working as sound engineers by that time.
In Jamaica?
In Jamaica with Grizzlies.
Oh, Grizzlies Entertainment. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And you were doing what? Staging, lighting,
stage and sound.
Oh, stage and sound.
Yeah. So it was just, but I give this for making know, say it just reach a stage where we say, all right, we have the equipment, we have the place, we can do a thing. In the recording of By's Deeds, Dean Fraser, a half of 809 band was coming there to rehearse for a show. And I said, "Dean, listen to this." And Dean's like, "Oh yeah, say, what this? What on the man? You can't run so what?" I say, "Yeah, it's all right, tomorrow morning." And Dean and Mikey Fletcher and Bowie, and I can't remember which was on drums, come and play the basic thing off of the pattern we had kind of composed before.
You had composed the pattern?
Yeah, so it's them come now and say, "Oh, all right, yeah." And you play it as musician for play it now. And we say, "Cool." And we say, "Boy, look at that, they're nice guys. They must really like me because look how them just do me the favor and come, you know." So all that, and brother, from there.
All right, hold it there. We'll soon come back to there. You said you started as a disc jockey.
Yes.
Legacy disco?
Yes,
School,
sir.
Yeah. Where was that days?
Legacy Disco. So the Legacy Disco was one of the biggest uptown sounds.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this was in the days of like Colossus and Frank and Ferno, and even Mellow Canary would kind of bridge the gap, and it's before Ambassadors and Renaissance. So this was like we were based kind of between Shortwood Road going up to Cherrygan. So where most of the members were from. Real uptown. But I tell you this now, we were one of the first sound for really start juggle dancehall.
Okay.
The way how you hear dancehall being juggle, because when we was coming out as when Stalag 17 rhythm just come out, and then Slang 10 rhythm, so it's like you realize, but we have two albums at the same rhythm and them have hits. So the same way we mix disco. We no can just do that and we say yeah, and then we now feeling like we want to feel like we are rebel. We always there House of Leo, and you get for know Rory, and you get for know other man them, and then Ambassadors did come in now and take it deep, and them bring Rory come uptown, and we used to play alongside them. So
so you were mixing our
mixing, brother. Mixing, brother. But now, like you, it was, to me, those were the glory days, because of course it was vinyl. Right? So and our style was very, I guess you'd say, international. So the whole heap of scratching and the rare areas. I tell you, as a matter of fact, people like you have Marvin and Dilly and them youth there was like younger than we used to come and rave. I mean, never forget the night we and them we play one place. And I see mix master Marvin do one farmer scratching. And let me just stand up there and say, well, it was a good run. We say,
then when I come to take it
yeah. Clearly, the thing gone to a different level now. And when you start here dealing with the remix, them, I say, well, yeah.
Phone thing. So Legacy was the only song you actually played on?
Pretty much used to do guest spots and other songs, and I used to spin at clubs. There was a club called The Club in New Kingston, which was pretty popular at one point. I used to play there every weekend. Actually ended up, I don't know who remembers Mirage.
Mirage is a big club, man.
Yeah, man. When I came back from the States, actually ended up being at Mirage for about a year.
When did you actually go away though? To the States, that is. Sorry to...
That was early 90s, 91, 92.
How long were you away for?
I was there for about 6-7 years. So I was there for a bit, you know.
Yes.
I was there for a bit.
You were ever involved in a band anytime along the journey? Or just the disc jockey part of it?
What's the disc jockey part? We used to... Because you have this love for music and we also had this love for technology. So we used to be sitting down and you read in studio magazines and you don't know what the hell is going on. But then now, some brethren you hear say, boy, you know, my mother knows somebody and have a studio, and him say we can come. So we'd have gone now and we said, so, wow, what is this? What is that? Wow. And then you show a little interest and them show you a little thing and then again, as I say, my brethren Martin, he really took it seriously. So he was the first one who really started getting sound engineer work.
Oh, okay.
So then I just used to tag along. And you tag along and you learn
it
thing until finally say, all right, you have this small thing so you can deal with that. But it was just out of a real love for the thing, you know.
All of that now culminated into that thing where you said Dean and Bowie and the man them play around, a thing where you created.
Yes, sir.
So you wrote by his deeds.
Yes, sir.
Whole 4 verse.
Oh, yes, sir.
Very long song. Bad song. We still get to that. So you wrote it.
Yes.
And you did the rough work for the music around the song.
Yes.
Greatness, that brother, man.
Well, I don't know if it's greatness, you know. You ever heard them say, even a broken clock is right
At
twice
least
a
per
day.
day.
See? And sometimes light, you're just able to catch lightning in a bottle, you know? And it's just...
Yeah. So it's someone to me though, Father VC said, the music was never a dream of the man. Becoming a recording artist was never a dream. As I said, you just say it's like you catch lightning in a bottle. It's just that at a moment in time, circumstances align, and the thing click.
Pretty much. And what making me, well, I always knew that. And to try and make you understand, you know, like the first time I performed on Rebel Salute, and it was the most touching thing to me, I will never forget it, when I'm backstage and I'm walking up to the stage, lining the backstage, you know, is all of the crewmen them, you know. And I stand up and just I say, but watch ya. Because last year...
You are doing the work with them,
and them just look for me and say, go on, V. Go on, like me, I said, I don't know what this is. Here we are. I couldn't dream that big.
So stardom fell at your feet, bro, without you really searching for it?
Pretty much. It was when we pressed the first 20 copies of that song when Jason Lee from Sonic said, all right, yeah, we're going to put out this. And I said, all right. And he said, so you have to make a label now and you bring me the label. And I said, all right, so how much label you need? 1,000? He laughed. I said, listen, man, like, I think it's either 20 or 30. He said, bring 20 come. I said, all right, that's cool, because then my mother can get one, my father can get one, brother and sister can get one, Martin
And you know
people
you're
them
the
can
wax.
get, and boom, I can have one from a wall. I said, fine. And like, it take about
funny.
6 weeks before Jason called again, 6 to 8 weeks. And I said, I need more label. I said, all right. I said, 20. I said, no. I said, give me 50. I said, all right, give him 50. And then like 2 weeks later, call. I'm gonna need more labor, you know. I said, 50? I said, no. I said, give me 500. And so it took about 3 to 4 months.
For the song
But it
really.
was just, and then once it took, it just took, bro.
World song, man.
It just took. Straight. There was no plan, no strategy, no budget, no. The video that we shot for that is a brethren we know who work for a video company. Was a come down at the place in the night. They have one little backspace. My wife, her sister, and Martin girl at the time, one camera and a swivel chair and a light. And me sit down in the chair, I sing, and we just light it, and the next time we stand up and they have the 3 girls shut up. We won an award for that video in Canada.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, but I think it's them they just want me to come to the show.
Come to the show.
But yeah, that was the whole story of that tune was us. Okay, we're here now. Where the next? Oh, what you do? Okay, yep, let's.
Yeah, wing it.
Yeah, just wapple
As
and
they go along. Was that the first attempt at writing? Because you said no, you said you used to write for people, but nobody now take on none of the writings.
No, well, these were songs that I was hoping other people were going to sing.
So you actually gave that to
I
somebody
didn't
already?
no. Hear what happened now. Because Bias These was probably like the 4th or 5th song I'd written, right? So I remember I'd written this other tune, and I said, this is for this artist. I'm going to try my best to get the tune to the artist. To be honest, I don't know to this day if the artist ever did get the tune, but it just couldn't reach him. And it's again, Martin get miserable, because I hear me sing it, and I said, well, Bridget, just sing the tune. Just sing the tune then. I said, all right, maybe, yeah, then somebody, maybe if them hear it being sung, then maybe. But me never remember, you know, choir teacher, everybody run me away, you know, man. Said, so me I said, no, I only my mother. You know what I mean? So yeah, it wasn't planned, it wasn't strategized by the grace of Jah, you know.
And that was the first time you actually attempted to record your vocals officially.
We had recorded, I think, 3 or 4 songs.
Oh, okay.
But
Prior.
we had these 4 songs now. So when we reach 4 songs, we say, okay, come on now. We just have these tunes sit down in the place. Let's go talk to Jason, see if he can pick one for distribute. So he listen to the first tune, he say, oh, you this? Yeah, all right, cool. Listen to the second tune, oh, go on. Listen to the third tune, which we really thought was going to be the tune. And say, ah, not bad. Wasn't going to play him by his beats. I say, anyhow, listen to one. And then like halfway through him just say, stop. Give me this. So yes, I had recorded before, but that was the first release. First release.
Digital Noise label production.
Yep.
Who them people there?
Me and Martin.
That is still a thing? That is still
Not really, no.
active? No.
No. Martin,
The label name, Dig This Label?
Dig This Label. Yeah. This man does his homework, man.
We try.
Yeah.
Oh, so I did phone whole thing that man.
I just feel it thing because we not nobody was clamoring at the door. And let me just say this little story if I may. And this is for people who trying something, right? Especially when them starting out, right? Let me tell you something. There's nothing people love more than success, right? So that means that when you are trying to attain success, get used to the fact that you're going to have more doubters and haters than anything else around you. See? When we start, when we have the recording of Bias Deeds, and remember Soundman used to be coming because it was a studio, so we had the dubs and them things. So big sound and them man they come in and you chat to them and you say, boy, you know we do a little thing, come hear that tune here. 9 out of 10 of them was like, yeah man, nice. Are you this? Nice tune, man, nice tune. And he said, so, but what? I said, yeah man, I don't really feel a thing though, you know? It might do well in Europe, but I don't really feel a thing. I said, alright, cool. Approach a record label. When the man finally get me on the phone, I reach out and say, so you first tune this? I say, yeah, so produce it, boy. Yeah man, go and do your thing. When 3 months later, the same sound man them a kick off the door. See how come in now?
I look dumb.
Brother, are you that did that? I said, yeah, the same tune, you know. Yeah. Record label call now. Excitement. Don't get deterred by the challenges in the early settings. See, it's not everybody come up with that thing and the first 100 people will hear it jump up and down.
True.
You might come up with that thing where it just take a little more. It just take a little more time or a little more effort. Don't get disheartened, you know.
Is there a story behind the song, or you just amend it and just write it down?
The song is the story.
The song is the story.
The song is individual chapters in my life that basically came to me one day just out of just complete frustration. Just them time that I work for Ray and Nephew, I sell rum, but I tell everybody say I'm a record producer because we have a studio and things, but you do that part-time and when I produce nothing put out a road yet. You understand? So me dead of the day, man, and I deliver my rum. See, you know, like go back into the vehicle and I don't know how the radio end up on this preaching thing. And like me go into the car, I'm start the car and I hear this preaching thing, I'm just so miserable. And my mind just flash and I say, these are all little dirty hypocrite here. Listen, them little man here. And I flashed back to a specific scenario of me being in church one Sunday, looking across the aisle, seeing this man cross the aisle, and I said, brown dog, yesterday.
You see, man.
Yesterday, me know the nature and the movements of this man, and here he is there, just thinking, look at this man sitting down here all righteous, and just a man of certain stature, you know, so everybody was so happy to see him in the church and them thing there, you know, man who when me start burn my weed, and remember one man, you know, in the circles and think parent and well established. I said, think you guys start smoking weed and make one bagger sitting and Ray, but he's a well-respected businessman and them thing that may live for sick in no short order when them hold him. What he was about, you say, look at that thing. And you did that cuss me about my little spliff. As if me is the worst of the earth now, because everything is just real situations. Even the fact that I was in the music business and the outskirts, and at that time, you know, you come among certain things, and I say, this was even when you started to see this real birth of ghetto youths looking to become stars as DJs by promoting the worst and being the baddest, you know. And like me I say, what that for, you know, get a superstar. You reach far, but every lyric. So it's one of the most frustrating songs where anybody could ever do. It was just, it's just frustration welling up. I did, when I started writing this, because I deliver, you know.
Okay.
And then the first line comes to me, sitting in your church. And by the time I done that delivery now, I just said, no more delivery for the day. I drive to the studio and I had the first verse and the chorus. And that is, and let's start kind of play it out now. While I play it out, I do say, yeah, we need to touch that. Yeah, we need to touch that. We need to touch that. So it was, you know.
Big song, bro.
Give thanks, blessed.
There are a couple lines out there, man.
Hey, ah, hey, ah, sitting in your church on Sunday, thinking who you're gonna screw Monday, who you gonna thief, who you gonna rob. Take it as me tell you, say you can't fool God now. Every day you ball out, Jah. Call yourself a dreadlocks Rasta. Come terrorize the people upon your lane, cause I saw you get wicked when you lick the coke. By his deeds shall a man be known. Man, I ask you for a piece of bread, you give him stone. By his deeds shall a man be known. Natty up your head, I worship Babylon throne. By his deeds shall a man be known. Straighten up your liberty and don't bow down. By his deeds shall a man be known. Hey.
Who you gonna thief, who you gonna rob? Take it as me tell you, say you can't fool God now. Pull! Massive and crew.
Teach them, you don't preach to them, you know, you just try to do what? Teach them.
Brother.
Do your thing, man.
Big song, man. Big song, man.
As we said.
And that was the introduction to the thing.
Yeah, that was the introduction to the thing. And I want to tell you that was kind of like a double-edged sword. Because you hear me tell you the story of the lead up. So imagine that now. First tune, you know. So like, oh, okay. so let's put out a second tune. Not the same response.
Which tune was that? Go on.
Which?
Go on a big tune, brother. Go on a big tune.
Manners.
Go on Judgment Day. All of them tune, they're big tune. But we'll go on.
All right. So this is what I learned too late in that whole process, right? So by his deeds, boss now. So you'll be out. And you just say, I'm gonna come to you and say, Blood Knot, are you a VC? I say, yeah, man. Yo, me a DJ XYZ from TGG. See? How you say, we respect him. I say, yo, you're tune massive in a star. I say, yeah, man, give thanks, man. I say, boy, we don't stop beat the tune in the brethren. I say, give thanks, blessed, respect, you know. Yeah, man, I play that night and day, no blessed. Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Yeah, man, that's a joy, you know. Yeah, man, all tomorrow I'm going to play about 6 times, you know. Oh, and respect, blessed.
Play that one for me.
No, then he like it as here. All right. And I'm gone. See me 4 weeks later now, say, why the man must say, you're mean, star.
Oh.
You're mean. Man, them make you know, say, and them a beat your tune. I'm not even a
dollar.
I say, but I suppose I tell you, say, ignorant in the situation, and even if a man did come directly and say, boy, you know, so that's how the game play. But I say, oh, okay. But everybody come some sideways thing.
Nobody now come straight
to the
up.
thing. Yeah, me just there, I say, I give thanks. Give thanks. See me? Yeah, I say, why the people that love me? I say, what a love. You know what I mean? So it's not until you try to put out the second tune now and you start get back word. And you say, oh, okay. And again, and this argument, you see, my thing is this, brother. As you hear how I start the thing.
Yeah.
And you ask me also again, is it a tune you just meds or is there a story behind every single tune that I write is me expressing something that I feel I need to express and that I feel can be of some benefit to somebody if they hear it. Right? That's goal number one and that's the primary goal, you know. So it's very difficult for me to be put in this mindset of you have to do certain business moves or you have to do this to ensure this and it. I still have that kind of naive feeling like say if it's good,
it will be played.
I'm very naive when it comes to that, you know. Very, very naive. And I get to understand I understand the business way more now. I get to understand that people think that this is a Jamaican or dancehall thing. What you need to understand is that Atlantic, Sony, whoever, when them say, hey, all of these New York DJs, we're hosting a summit in Hawaii in December. Free. Bring your family. Yeah, we're gonna introduce you to some of our new artists, but bring your family. All expenses paid. It's how music business is, you know. So you can't be sitting there thinking, say you're gonna just make a product, especially in this day and age, and it just
go like that.
It's lightning in a bottle situation. But we didn't know at the time, and that resulted in basically a situation where after trying for years, and like you'd go to England or you'd go to Europe and you'd do some little releases there, and that little niche, there'd be a little niche market, and then we'd be like, yeah, this is wicked, but you just weren't getting the support
at home
and to push everything over the hump. So that's why now, and I'm gonna give a shameless plug now, my focus is on my son, Ty C, who is second generation artist. He, unlike me, pretty much from him born, him vibes was like, music, entertainment is where it's going to be. He started out as a dancer, and then shift to music, and I mean reached levels in dance, you know, and went school in England and these things. Cool. Yeah. And from about 5 years ago really get serious with singing and writing. And the greatest joy is that he's writing songs that I can sit down and listen to and say, yeah, that's cool. Let's try and do something with that, you know. So yeah, man, this music thing is a young people's game. As I said, Ty C, he's out there now. Just came out with his second single. So you need to check him out on official Ty C on all social media. We just finished shooting a video for him Sunday gone. Hopefully it's gonna be ready. My director was the one outside.
Okay, cool,
here now. So yeah, and I'll just tell you, a part of the reason to why I'm so motivated to work with him, you have a lot of people of my generation or close who love to sit down and just lament about the current state of music and what's happening with the music and the youth them this and the youth them that, but they're not doing anything to try to foster or encourage even the type of music that they wish they would be able
to assessment now.
To hear.
A fair assessment.
Right, so I'm saying I have a chance to be on the field.
And to use your experiences to guide us.
Right, and luckily he seems to share the same kind of vibration and vision as I do. I don't really want to do no disposable thing. You know, I see what people all try push him for do. But this, you know, and I was like, can't do it. So yeah, so I give him a chance to see what he can do now, you know.
Yeah. So back to Mr. Valton.
Yes.
So by his deed come and mash up the place. VC busting out the business. And you know the thing, we live in a culture where sometimes one song will come and probably a song just too big for your man at the time, yeah, sir.
Could very
You,
well
you
be.
figure that was one of the things we kind of reach as well?
The other day, me and Jason from Sonic have this joke now for the last 20 years. I was seeing the other day, I was like, Bridget, you know, says you me blame. Because if you didn't make we put out Go On first. Right?
Yeah.
Because it would have just, you know, bubble a little bit. But you make we put out Buys These first. That was a death, and that's why we laugh about it. Let me tell you, man, there was a list that was published. I can't remember where it was.
One hit wonders.
Of the top one hit wonders, and the only thing where it burned me is that I think I came in at number 2, and I said, you couldn't even give me number 1 of that. So well, you know, we didn't have the necessary infrastructure and knowledge to push it forward. Funnily, what I do think we had the beginnings of was the material and the songs. So that is why I was in England for about 3 years, starting 2018, and in 2019 we finally put together a 12-track album called Jacent. Got that polished up and put it out there. And I want to tell you, the moment I did that was kind of the moment where I felt almost at ease to say, because to put out the 12 tracks, we went through about 40 tunes.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna say, well, you know, these were out. It's like I go back to how it was in the very beginning. I just want to know that it's out there. Again, we got some good support from Europe as well, but 99% of people, if you ask them about VC, they will tell us one tune. Right. Yeah. So I'm just thankful that it was one hell of a tune.
It's a hell of a tune, man.
Yeah, you see.
And we spoke about Go On. They said that was a song should have been the follow-up song.
It was. That was actually released.
Right. But you don't get the love where Buys you get. It has been placed on Jacent.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I think Judgment Day.
Yes.
When they did Judgment Day? About 06 them time the same way.
Yeah. A lot of those songs are.
It's time, because I think it did its time in about 2008 as well.
I think that was a little later than that, because that song is actually a Renaissance.
Oh, them produce it.
Production. So
Okay.
I want to think it was a little further up than it could have been. Could have been. That's why, on the album it really also shows to me a kind of linear development between really, it was the end of 99 up to 2017, 2018. There was a song on there that is a duet with this Irish girl.
Anna thing?
Yeah, that I've never met.
Oh.
Never met, right? And that was being there, and this friend of mine got this, she sings with this little pub bar, and they did this little recording. I was asking him to fix it up. And I was listening, this real Irishy ballad thing, and I hear the part, and I was like
it.
What? And just kind of sample that. And when we did the tune, I said, no man, I want to hurt you. See, I said, you still have the link? I was sent, and the band, they all called me, and they was like, we can't believe it, bro. This is amazing. And I say, yeah, Kieran.
What's her name?
Kieran. Yeah. So it was, you know, just throughout the years, getting to broaden your horizons a little bit. The song called Rise.
Dubbing. But dubbing a big thing a France side, man. Big reggae band.
Dub it whenever you hear anybody say reggae is dead or dying. You tell them to just look up Dub Inc. live performances and see the size crowds that these guys are playing for, and listen to the music that they're playing. The unfortunate thing, Bridging, is that And every time I hear people cuss about, oh, the white man thief the reggae. No, it's not thieving if somebody walking down the road and see something where you fling down
And
on
take
the
it
roadside and take it up and brush it off and put it under a microscope
repackage it.
and study it down to its end element and then say, all right, we go and make our own now. That's not theft, you know. It is what it is, and them European dudes, yo, the way them study Jamaican music and Jamaican culture, it's an amazing thing, and it make you feel a way that those two things are not held in the same high esteem by us. So, you know, we
So
can't
corner no
complain.
use until they lose it.
Well, there you have it, you know.
Using foot fan fly.
There you have it, my friend. So every once in a while, we see little sparks and so forth. There's a lot of youths and big people who have been toiling without recognition.
True
because the market and those who control the market here don't deem it good business to be pushing that type of music. I don't know why, right? But it is not dead. It is being made every day by amazing artists, both local and foreign. And I would send this out to people. Instead of complaining about the type of music that you're hearing, because most of the music you're going to complain about hearing is what you hear on the radio,
Right.
or where you hear a dance, right? We all have internet now. We all have it on the phone. Deepen your search, man. Deepen your search. You may be shocked at what you find out there. What is happening is we're being force-fed.
True that.
And once you're being force-fed, you tend to believe that that's all that exists. There is so much more out there being made, man, but don't expect them to bring it to come to you.
Before we talk some more about the album, there are a couple songs I want to ask you about. There's a song that was written and produced by Barry Salmon. Friday.
No, we used to go up Barry's house all the while, go hang out. Barry's has a very unique way of working, especially when it was up the house. You would like to have, like, there's a few close friends around. You have the Ludi board out, you have the domino board out. You sit in 2 levels down, the studio is there, the studio door is open, and then we just have the engineer just playing track, or like play a track the whole day.
So that's a register, yeah.
And him like him a play Ludi, and like you'll hear him just blurt out some lines, and that's how you would write. But you'd also go up there and sometimes them just digging through what him have. And remember the first me here Friday. I must say, Barry, so when this I put out, that's cool, man, that's cool. Every time I was going up there, Friday, want to Friday, I talk to Mervis, want to Friday. Why you love the tune here? Till one day, I push it too far now. Like this. And about I said, backside, man. If you love the tune so much, go sing the tune. So me start laughing. I said, look, baby, I can't sing the tune. The man said, go into this. He said, tomorrow come, you go sing the tune. And that was it. I'm gonna go up there and I'm like, this can't be happening. I say, are you kidding me right now? See, and in voicing that tune, having him voice me for that tune, I think my vocal abilities rose by about 20%. That was a master class. Yeah, that was a because Barry's feel say everybody can do what him do with that level of ease.
Yeah.
So when him tell you do this, and you there are struggling, it's like, what want you, man? I said do this, you're not here.
Yeah.
And you know what, shame. So you're there, you got try everywhere till you finally get it now. You get it, you say, that's it. And you say, oh, so I can do that, and this is how you do it. Amazing experience, brethren. Again, that's been kind of like the story of my life, yo. Just things just slowly rolling along and me just being in situations where it's all afterwards. It's like when I look back and I say, look at that, you know. Up to this day, Beres I was in England and then was passing through England for tour. I got 2 shows. After 2 shows in England, I got the 2 shows then. Backstage the whole time. That living legend, may I tell you. living.
That's understating it, man.
Yeah, living legend. I never hesitate to give that man his flowers while he's up and about and still performing at top speed, you know what I mean? And that is what we need to do.
One of the greatest thing ever do it, man.
One of the greatest. Easily. And you can cross genres too.
Right.
You understand? We now just start reggae singer.
True that.
You understand? So yeah, brother.
There's a song that you self-produced. Don't Be Afraid, I think the song name.
Yes. That song, and even that hasn't been released yet. That again was just me having something that I wanted to express, and I had this track in my head, so again I kind of built the 2 of them together. And to me, I think at that time I was going through a little bit of darkness. And when you start analyze and you say a lot of it is just coming from fear. You're fearing what's going to happen tomorrow. You're spending so much time in being afraid. And it's a thing. A lot of my songs are me talking to myself. Go on. It's me talking
Give me a couple lines out of Guan, out a few times.
Yeah, man. If you're working day to day, living from pay to pay, find it hard to see your way to a better life, only one with strife, yeah. Living close to poverty, trying hard to achieve better for your family, but you're feeling just a little weak. Well, go on and hold your strength now, Natty. You're bound for face sometimes when the road is rocky. Go on and hold a meditation. Seek your power and your guidance from the Almighty One, yeah. Go on, watch your words and your deeds. Keep your body and your soul and your mind well clean. Go on, be yourself, don't give in. Teach them, we don't preach to them.
The tune deserves a tune deserves some justice, though.
Yeah, for real. As I say, I think nothing before its time, Doing a program even such as this and the amount of people that it's going to reach, I can tell people right now, you don't even have to buy. From you have Spotify, from you have any digital platform, just look for VC Jacent, the album. And you just give that a listen through, and you tell me if you find anything on there that resonate,
And as you said that, I know that By His Deed has been remastered for that.
Yes.
Go On has been remastered.
Yes.
In Judgment Day has been remastered.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I have Evil Empire. But my tune on the album, I like Rise, but it's time of my tune.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I want a couple lines out of that.
All right, my friend. Because here what now, we get inundated with all kinds of news, right? And it twists up your mind, And if I was to listen to the stories, I believe that to be poor mean you're wicked and wild. And if I was to listen to the songs, I would believe that every ghetto you'd love Bedford and 9. If I watch the news and I believe that nothing happens in Jamaica more than war and crime. But I know that God bless people there is the system and the pressure try to keep we a fight, but it's time. Free we mind from bondage, move into the light. Well, it's time. Bring back love and unity, put down the war and fight. Well, it's time to put away revenge, the guns and violence, yeah. It's time to take back paradise. Yeah, you hear that, man? It's time.
You know, I have no resentment for the industry because I don't think you get no justice for what I mean.
No, resentment is a load I would have to be carrying. So why would I want to do that? You know what I mean?
You're at peace with it.
I'm at total peace, and as I say, in some form, I'm still in the industry. I'm of the industry now. So instead of being resentful, I am going to try and do what I can not to repeat that kind of or to perpetuate that same kind of system that has been around for whatever. You know what I mean? Sure, you can't just keep telling you something, you know. Everybody wants to be successful, right? So it's going to be normal that you're going to look, and the thing where you see where look successful, you're going to say how them do it, and you're going to try emulate it, right? So if you
reverse engineer it,
right? So if you see, if what is being presented to you as success is a certain vibe, right? Then that's what you're going to emulate. So when I'm going to tell you, say, no, another vibe there, if you follow this, and you're going to say, oh, like who? And you're short for find people who...
Yeah.
Then the youth are going to look for you and say, you're chatting rubbish. So if we want to see any change, then we have to try and institute it. And even as listeners, even as consumers of music, remember, you know, you have the power for what you listen to. When you see my son, me listen to some artists, and I say, who this? When you look, the tune have all 3 million stream views. And I say, but me never hear about it. I say, yeah, daddy, because it's, you know, just an underground thing. And I say, yeah, the youths them will because that's all they do. But even us as big people, man, don't just be force fed. Don't just be force fed. It's out there.
Yes. The one it wonder moniker ever affect your whole outlook for the thing? You ever think about it and it make you feel some form of way?
Not really. Not really, because I never set out to have a hit, so to speak. Does it make me feel a way? What it makes me feel a way about is the understanding that at how difficult it is in general for good music to get out there and to become a hit. And that is what I feel bad about. And it's a phenomenon where you notice now, you know, everybody is on social media. You check this and it's something I cuss out people for. You ever notice it up on your social media page and you see somebody that say, watch that fool here, listen to that fool here.
With everybody watch
and then share sitting with somebody at the foolishness, right? And you see 10 million view and all of your friends them share it. Watch that fool here, watch that fool here.
The fool win, man.
And me I say, yo, so you tell me that when me share my tune, see, this is what I want more than my tune.
Negativity, brother.
But that's masses, you know. That's masses.
That's why things set up.
It is what it is. You
yes.
know?
When you burst onto the scene in 2000, a man had ball, man. Shine.
Like a 8 ball.
Why you grow your locks?
Because I had, by that time, everything had kind of fallen off. I was looking now to get back into the working world, and everybody was telling me, say, you can't grow your hair. I saw me stay.
Rebellious.
When I sang the song and everybody out the road I looked for me and said, you know you need to grow your locks now.
It's all like the Rasta man show for true.
You? But I said, how you mean me need to grow my locks? No. I say you disrespecting the same thing where you saying you promote. Because basically you telling me say because I sang a song.
You have to be a Rasta man.
And many of them wasn't telling me say if you turn a Rasta, you know.
Just grow your hair.
You have to grow your hair now. No. When me say now me are going to the corporate world, me say, well, yeah, me I'll grow it now. Because now they're going to start walking to rooms and people going to be, this isn't, it's going to take firmness to do it now and not doing it when it easy.
Yes, you made mention of the corporate world just now, though. What have you been doing outside of the music for sustain the family, though?
Advertising.
Oh, yeah?
Advertising. So I work for an advertising company. Do creative in terms of campaigns, strategize, produce jingles.
Okay, cool, man.
Produce TV ads.
Okay, nice. Digital
Everything.
stuff. Okay.
The only thing I don't do is graphics.
You don't do graphics?
I don't do graphics.
You do voiceovers and all of them something.
Yeah.
You have a big voice, man.
Yeah, man. God always gives you a way, you know. And every day I give thanks because again it allows me to be in a position where I can kind of still keep a toe in.
Right.
But it pays the bills, bro.
Yes. The bills need to be paid, man.
Bills need to be paid and you know, still not beholden to anybody, still not doing anything that I don't feel like doing. Still most of my time is mine, you know.
Right.
Play a track, make we hear what go on now. Yeah. Pull up. That one I reach out to all the herbs man them in the place. Zine straight up, you know, cause you don't know. Herb is healing of the nation. Yeah. La 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 la. Ha. Rolling, smoking, all a meditation as you burn it. Kiki, Sensi.
Do you go on the road?
As an artist?
Yes.
On occasion, like the last show that I did, again, Bridget, you know, these things just happened to I. See, which was earlier this year. Third World was in South Florida.
Let's do that.
And I got invited to join them on stage where, may I tell you, even from the rehearsal the day before, I was close to tears. And like, I sit down and like, anybody who would listen, I try to explain to them what was happening for me with this whole experience. This was a band that I idolized, you know, and then just for it to end up where this just happened organically. Yeah, bro, that was, yeah. But again, as I say, it has to be an occasional opportunity, something that I really feel
it's worth the time.
And worth time, where I'm saying, this is a good fit for me. It's serving another purpose than necessarily just collecting another like a check, you know.
Yes. How are things with royalties and publishing, especially Buys These, which is a massive song, brother?
What a question. No, I'm going to give you my reality. I'm not saying this is everybody else's reality, all right? But my royalty checks now would work out every quarter, year, to be about $50 US. Listen me now. When it was peaking, I got 4 checks that were was that 5 figures.
Okay.
Right? That when I say me, it's split
between
and Martin and right, everything. And now in this digital era especially, and as far as I know, I pretty much have the collection thing sorted. I need to look more into the publishing thing, but I think so. But long story short, you do not make money from selling record unless your name is Rihanna or some such. And even them right now, if you pre it, the majority of their income stream is from their brand and from live shows. My son does not understand the concept of buying a song. Me ask you, what do you mean? Why would I buy a song? Why does he have to pay for Spotify? You can go get it on YouTube. 1 million streams on YouTube. It's 0.0001 cent for each play, right? And always remember, any artist, no matter what, whatever royalties and so coming in, it have to split up the entire pie.
Writers and producers and musicians.
Right. So here's where it works out now. Let's say you're somebody with a massive catalog that stretches over decades.
Them they are coming piece by piece.
Coming in. That is when you can say, this is a good income stream for me. Other than that, as I said, that is why so much effort is made now for artists to build their brands. And the whole thing, I get the feeling a lot of times is that you put out a tune, some of them tunes, like, it come in like, it's like if the artist is a tin of bully beef, packaged up nice and thing, but it's a brand new tin of bully beef. How you going to get the market to buy it? You have to do a jingle. The songs are the jingles. Right? So now they get interested in the bully beef. They look at the packaging. Oh, packaging nice and round. Right? This is nice. Then them taste the package. Then them taste what's inside. They want to know, how do you live your life? Who you're sleeping with? This, that. Who you fight with the road? And so they're on your social thing. That's what's being consumed more than anything else. And that is where money is being made. So the whole landscape has shifted, but it's just for you to understand it and know for work with it.
Yes, for the people out there who are interested in booking VC though and getting dub plates, who don't know if you reach it, how they find you?
I'm on all social media, so you can look for Voltan VC Reggae on Facebook. You can look for Reggae Artist VC on IG, and I'm on them every day. And make me send a special shout out to my sound man them, cause trust me, from them time that till now, the demand from the sound man them for that tune has stayed strong. So we give thanks, we give thanks. So yeah, you don't really have to go through an agent or whatever. From you look for Reggae Artist VC on IG, Vault and VC Reggae on FB. You link me through there, we can take it from there. And please go on any digital platform and check out the album VC Jacent. Well worth the listen, trust me.
I know about Joshua. How many children?
The song Joshua?
No.
Oh.
Ty C. Him correct him Joshua, man.
Yeah.
I know if you pick me, brother.
This dude. No, because you don't have a song named Joshua.
Joshua, never.
Right, so I have 2 kids.
2 kids, okay.
Yeah. My daughter is a big woman now.
Okay.
She's with her family in Vancouver. And I have my grandkids as well,
Congrats, man.
Yes, man. They were here. They were here a couple months ago, or a month or so ago. It was a joy.
I heard they made mention of wife earlier, so it's the man married and stuff.
Yes. For 21 years, she has put up with me. So, yeah, man. As I said, things just happen. Blessed and highly
Blessed. We realize.
Yeah.
But the man still up the music though?
Love it like cook food, brethren, and I still write, I still produce, but
you're still willing to write for people?
Remember, I said that was the initial plan, but that it never did end up that way.
But it means it can't happen.
Yeah, it could, but I would probably end up writing for my son, if anything. And then what I realized as I went along with it was that what I was writing was so personal to me that maybe that idea wouldn't have
ever
worked.
Somebody
but yeah, as you can tell how I live my life, I'm open to from it positive from the vibration is right, you never say never.
I know you made mention of the Irish
Yeah.
girl collab. Is there anybody who active in the thing where you don't mind do a song with?
Oh, there's so many people. And I love do a song with Leah Ike.
Leela Ike.
Right. And I love do a song with who again? And I love do a song. Assassin, I don't laugh when I say that. Well, you still have the link.
They have the link, man. They have the link.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it too, so you will see it by yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, from ever since, man, that we talk about somebody who I don't think has gotten
justice.
if you want.
History will be kind to him, man, because he's going to think the right way. History will be kind
very
to him.
kind to him. You know who I'd love to a tune with too? Vibes. Cartel. Yeah. The brother there, forget his personal thing.
Musically, we speak.
Right. Lyrically.
I'm a genius, man.
I see the man that is like him will deliberately once in a while, him used to just say, I'm going to show you say I can do a sensible and positive tune and everybody going to follow it same way, and him just do that one time and then him say alright and then him gone back. Gone again, you understand? So if me and him, I'm going to try to kind of keep it for the, yeah man, that would be a mighty powerful thing as well, you know. But
sound it out, man. Put it in the universe, man. You never know.
we'll put it out for real, Addy. You know, because no other than him a whole strain and him a doing thing inside there, you know what I mean? But him is the ones where definitely, if anytime anybody questioning about the power of this music thing, you need only point to him.
A blueprint.
Yeah, and the powers, with the man, and the longevity of the powers, me never seen nothing like this yet. Seen a long time, the man incarcerated, you know. And Gaza still remains. You understand?
Actually,
powers, you know?
Yeah. Looking at the journey though, Sir VC, is there anything when you look at it, you say, Jaja, you know, I regret doing that or not doing that, or I shouldn't do that a different way. You see anything where they do differently, we get the chance to redo the musical journey?
Yeah. First thing that leaps to mind, I would have enjoyed it more. No, seriously, because of the way my whole thing was like, this can't be real, and don't get caught up in this. Don't take it too serious. So I think in a latter way, and then when the tune did bust, Joshua was just born. So every time he on the road, me just think about rushing to come back home. So I would definitely have enjoyed it more, and I can't say I regret the other thing because it just is what it is, right? It's just part of the lesson. But it would have been nice if we had a better understanding of the industry
music
and how to work with it, you know.
Tell a man feel lick shot, but you never get a lick yet for feel how it hot. If you a warrior, tell me where you fight for. And if a justice when you put up on the lighter.
But other than that, man,
Realize you had peace, man. I respect that, brother.
so it's all good, bro.
We respect that.
It's all good.
We
It's
respect
all
that.
good. Couldn't be better, you know. We give thanks for life daily, you know. Happy with what we have, you know. Give thanks for life. And give thanks for the interview.
Enjoy, man.
Make I
People
tell
that
you,
been asked
no,
for you, they were asked.
No,
From
man,
the interview, DYCR.
Uh,
People, yeah, man, from the entire man, people have to teach for at VC,
no,
but everything
man.
takes time.
That one I feel like, you know, they're foreign. It's that one there, well,
Give thanks, man.
I
Give
love
thanks, man.
this.
Give
I
thanks,
love
man.
this.
It's a
I
joy,
love
brother,
this.
brother.
I love this.
And as me said, sorry, I don't think you get the justice you deserve, but you're still in the tank, man.
Yeah, you know.
More destination did for drive.
Stay
so.
tuned.
Man thing.
We're there, man. Give thanks. And yo, I just hoping everybody who is a regular subscriber to this man, a regular viewer of this man, you know, you have to show the love. This is the positive type of content that we need. So instead of just staying on the sidelines and cussing what you don't like, truly support what you love. See? Boom.
Art of love.
Art of love.
Go ahead with it, bro.
Respect. I really enjoyed this.
Same here, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look at me, bro. Start look at me, man.
What you don't know, say, it's the reggae music and dancehall music. It is the music of the people, it is the cry of the people, and it is to bring forth unity through education and the dismissal of ignorance, Zane, and the spreading of love, Zane. So that's what happening in the night, right? So now you know. I love and unity and vibes, that's what I deal with, and I deal with education, Zane. Dancehall Thursdays, big up yourself.
Yo, VC, come here, man. This when they just come on, they must say, I wonder who the bread had it. Yeah, them now who the high glass bread had it. But you know what? Words, sound, and power. And when words take on to flesh, you see the bomb where you drop on them. Blessed love, my brother. Enough respect. Yo! Original dancehall.